We're waiting for our guests to arrive.
Where hope and earth together grow beneath the open skies. Veterans,
So hopefully the
mothers,
guests will arrive
elders
soon.
too,
If not,
come
the show
find
must go
their
on, and I got you.
second chance. In fields that heal and skies so blue, they join the healing dance. In every step, in every hand, we're building dreams on this land. From dreams to tangible reality, a sanctuary of vitality, where hearts are mending, spirits free, turning land into healing. Come see animals that walk with grace, teaching strength and trust. Together learning life's embrace, restoring what is just. Disabilities don't limit here, empowerment. Money, money, money is my vibration. Money, money, money is my vibration. Money, money, money is my vibration. Abundance is all around me. Why does money come to me so easily? Why are abundance opportunities always show up for me? Why I am finding money everywhere I go, and everything in my life brings me wealth, health, and beautiful love. Now vibrant through and having wealth of money is frequency. Money, money, money is my vibration. Money, money, money is my vibration. Money, money, money is my vibration. With a salsa beat, with R&B sound, feeling that rhythm all around. Everywhere I turn, wealth flows in smooth grooves and fire shine. Abundance is all around me. Why does money come to me so easily? Why are abundance opportunities always show up for me? Why I am finding money everywhere I go, and everything in my life brings me wealth, health, and beautiful love.
I got you, sis. Okay, everybody. Let me make sure it don't come back and play, because it will do that. So without further ado, I am Dr. D, and I know we are going to rock this about there. So I know I just had my sister Tammy on the other side. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's showing up. Everything is showing up in like double form or something. What the hey is going on?
So the first link that you sent, I was sitting in the room waiting on you, and I was like, "Okay, I'm sitting here because look, I shoveled some food down because I was hungry. I was almost hangry. I had to run to between when I talked to you last. I had to run to the store and go get me some grits because I wanted grits.
Oh wow!
Okay. Said, well, we got rice. She wants some rice. I don't want no rice. I want grits. And I don't know if you know, but grits is not easy to find here. And you can't even buy a big one. You got to buy one of them little Quaker ones and a little thing like that, or those little bags of the $10 ones because it's organic or some shit.
I know it's like
Listen,
that.
I said I need some grits. Yeah. So I had to go get me some grits. I had to cook me some grits, and I already shoveled it down. So I'm good. I was almost
Okay.
hangry because
Hey,
I be doing that fasting.
right, I got you. I got you. See, let's see. Y'all can see my little fireplace in the background, and so my little
Look,
afro.
look, you see mine?
Yep. Yours look. I like your color. See, I'm gonna get bold like that one day, and
You know
do it.
that's a background.
Oh,
Are
oh,
you okay?
no. Okay, this is a real background. I went no, no, no. This,
It's like
that's
yours is
real.
good. I like that too.
Yeah. So I like that. So tonight I am Dr. D, and this is the platform Dreams to Reality Ranch Farm. That's very important. I gotta fix that because it's a Dream to Reality Ranch, and it's supposed to be Dream to Reality Ranch Farm. And
I see
tonight,
farm.
huh?
I see farm.
Oh, okay.
I see
Uh,
Dreams to Reality Ranch Farm.
let's see, where's it at? Did it do that? My brand?
It's hiding from you.
Probably. Hey, it's brand.
Girl, I'm loving the fro.
Thank you. You know,
You have some of the white in your hair like I do, but mine is like a patch in the top.
it's right here. Like it's only one spot. It's like I'm trying to get it to come all over so I
Yeah,
can run out. Look, one little spot. I look like Cruella Deville.
yeah,
Remember
yeah,
her? I don't like.
yeah. Look, that's the same as me. That's why when I can't even really cover it because in the top it's a round circle and it's nothing but gray. But the rest
Oh,
of it, I just went on and bleached it because I was like, all right, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna do some purple.
okay.
But
Oh,
I
I
would
like
like
that.
for it all to come because I wanted white, but I was just too scared to let it go up that much
I got you.
because I didn't want to be picking up my hair off the floor. Not
See,
that
but
much.
I like color. Like my hair was pink, blue, and purple when I was in Guam, and always had blue. So blue is always going to be my color. So if y'all notice, blue is my color. I,
I like variety, but I'm gonna do purple. That's what I'm gonna do next.
I love purple.
Because I've never had purple. I had like a violet one time. Like I had a hairdresser mix it up and make me this pretty violet, and it was real pretty. But
See,
yeah, I was like I haven't had purple. I had this pretty red that I really liked, but that
okay,
thing bled so bad.
yeah, they
Girl,
do.
I was laying in the bed. We were traveling, so we laying in the bed. I look at the pillow. I told my husband, I said, these people don't even clean no more.
Oh, stop. Okay, so okay, we're gonna get down to it. We're gonna get down to real business today. We are. This is Tammy, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself and who she
Oh
is.
Lord, Jesus have mercy.
Come on, give it up, give it up, give it up.
People in bios, girl, hello everybody. I'm so grateful to be here. Because this is just a fabulous time with Dr. D. It's such a awesome. So for me, I call myself a soul awakening person, a soul midwife for awakened women. Because what I like to do is help women, especially in midlife, stand up in themselves so that they can understand who they are, and also to help them to move forward and release some of the patterns and the blocks that they have, because that really is what it is. The more women that I even speak to, they just so blocked up. They don't, they want to move, they want to do things, they want to manifest, they want to do all this stuff, but they're so blocked up. And typically it's the patterns. That's what I've uncovered, is the patterns that we have that are running, in the background, in our subconscious, just underneath the bottom. And a lot of the stuff that that you push down, because that's what we do. We push it down, or we kick it out, or we, don't deal with it, and then it comes back to, bite you. And
Hmm.
so that's where I come in. And I use, the strong intuitive ability that I have to, look at what's going on with you in your situations and help you to find something that's going to move for you. And typically, what I notice is that when people do courses and stuff like that, and they put these things out, um, they have a pattern of overgiving and overdoing. Because
Sure.
when you consider and you think about that, all of the people that you work with typically are you. So, do you like to do 150 pages? No. No. So, no. So, and the thing is, we all have done stuff where we put things out there and people have picked them up and they sit in their inboxes because they look at them and they be like, oh my God, it's like you vomited on them.
No, she didn't.
You know,
Okay.
you be like 12,000 pages. You be like, and then it was something for $7 or something. You know what I mean? It's like, no, child, I can't. No, I had stuff sometimes that I went back and looked at that I ordered from I don't know how long ago, but it came back up in my email. Like I'm trying to clean my email out, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh, looked at it. I'm like, Lord Jesus, no wonder I didn't do this. And then some of them have this, it'd be the same stuff like every 3 or 4 pages, just
Right.
to make it be a lot. So I deal with women with that because that is also related to people pleasing. You be out here just people pleasing and then wondering why, you feel drained all the time.
Right.
So those are things that I like to do to work with women. I also do crafts. Like I consider myself a scientist. So I love to create things. I've created this amazing body soap that I use. And I also created some other things with plant medicine. I make jewelry, which all of which I have on is I made. But I love just expressing myself creatively.
That makes sense. See, she did an excellent job. When you say, guys, when you say, did she do an excellent job? So let's
She
give her a
did.
hand. Okay. Da-da,
Yes,
da-da. This like now. This is what we're gonna talk about. Menopause.
yes, Lord. Somebody actually just gave me another product supplement that she
Hmm.
said she said it worked. She said she was doing estrogen patches, and she said it works better than that. I was like, whoo, whoo. What's the name of it?
See,
You
and
know,
see now the thing is that my body, I'm not one of those women that have gone through menopause. Or I was talking to somebody. I think it was Liz. Me and Liz was talking about going through menopause, and I was like, we need to do a show. All right, Liz, I forgive you, and you know I love you, but I'm gonna talk about you on this
she had a
show,
rough
just so
day.
you know.
She had a rough day.
Oh, I know. That's what I say.
I
I already know. Don't even get me
thought about it too. I was like, oh, she probably, oh, I know. Because even if you don't work physically and it's mentally draining, it's worse to me.
Yeah, but
And it's like, oh.
yeah, I get you. Now, me and my girl was talking, and we were talking about menopause.
Yeah.
And my doctor was saying that I was not in menopause. And I was like, well, I should be. I'm in my 50s. So I should
Um,
be like, now, listen, this is my,
I'm
no,
telling you, I was in my 50s and I told the doctor the same thing. And they did the blood work and all that. And he said, no, I wasn't.
right.
I told him
He's
that,
like,
but later, just give it time if you just want it.
he said, your ACG levels, they were talking, I said, ACG levels. He's like, yeah, you're not menopausal. I was like, what's that got to do? And then I thought about it. I was like, oh, you talk about my pregnancies.
The pregnancy hormone.
Oh, okay. So that's how you tell. He said, yeah, the follicles. And I was like, okay.
Yep.
So I was like, well, can I be in premenopausal? Am I postmenopausal? You like, I'm thinking all
Perimenopause.
like he was like, no, you're not in menopause. And I was like, okay.
So just
Well,
accept it.
so I was like, look, I said, well, so I got excited, you guys, because maybe you do the same thing. I got excited. My cycle stopped for like 1 month.
Ooh,
And then 2 days later,
it was bad.
I said, oh, I don't have my cycle. So I'm in menopause now. I got all excited.
uh,
Mary said, hello, I like you. I come back. I was like, and of course, I got on all white because now when you don't have your cycle, you can get to wear white. You don't have to
right.
worry about that. And yes, I had on all white, not just some white, all
Um,
white. So when I
um,
sat down, I was like, "Ooh!" I thought I made a little tinkle on myself. No, it was not a little
oh.
tinkle. When I went to the bathroom, that's when I learned my cycle was on. I was like, "I'll be a whoo, this is not supposed to be
Yeah.
happening to me." So we're not aware. At least that's what I was saying. Don't be laughing at me. I was like, this ain't supposed to be happening to me. I'm in menopause. So, they were like, well, you'll know you got hot flashes. And no, I don't get no hot flashes. They were like, you have your own personal summer. I don't have no personal summers. I was
So,
like,
so,
my
so
body
accept it.
so hey, I thought I did, but I was like, okay, that means if I'm in menopause, okay, that means I can get my freak on. For you guys that don't know that, I don't have to worry about no babies or all of this stuff. This is what I'm thinking. But my girlfriend say, okay, now let's talk about going to menopause. You can also have dryness. I was like, you gonna stop playing? I was like, what? She said, vaginal dryness. She said
Ooh,
you can catch yeast infections more easily. I was like, I
ooh.
know you didn't. She said, oh, and you think your hormones are out of check. She said, well, let me tell you, you can get acne. I was like, what am I, a teenager? What the heck is going on?
Okay, so there was something that happened to me. My hip popped out,
Yo, who?
my pelvis. So they said that that was one of the things that was associated with menopause as well. I didn't know about that. I wear one of those braces sometimes, to keep that thing in because of course it starts my back to hurt and all the other, things. But yeah, your kitty cat be treacherous. Sometimes it don't want to cooperate. Sometimes it's super dry. Sometimes you feel this thing and it be itchy and you think it's yeast or BB or any of that kind of stuff and it ain't none of that. And Callie Berry said that she went in. Did you hear her story? She went in and she said that she thought they told her she had herpes. And she said, I just found the love of my life finally after all these years. And I ain't got no. She said, so we had a talk and stuff. She's like, do you have herpes? Because I didn't have it before you, and this and that. She said, and come to find out, it wasn't that. It was menopause. And I understand that, and I can attest to that as well, because there are times when you don't really want to be touched at all. You
Okay.
don't want to be touched, and you wish, you could, yeah, people would just leave you alone.
Okay. So
Because you feel like that, and your kitty cat sometimes it just don't want to cooperate.
okay.
Nobody
So
told nobody talked about that before. Nobody told me how the hell I didn't know.
yeah. Now, my mom, Mama Oracle, we were talking about it, and Mama Oracle is like, she says sometimes you can be even what can happen during menopausal stage, you can become a little incontinent.
Yes, you
And I
can.
was like, what? She was like,
Yeah.
that's all part of menopause. She was like, she said, isn't it great to be a woman? I was like, Mom, don't even talk to me. I was like, so these are things I'm looking forward to. Not that I want them to happen, but to give me a signal that my body is saying, you're in menopause. This is what it is. And
So go ahead.
people that know me, I've always wanted, like I said, I wanted to birth 8 kids. That was my goal. And
Jesus,
I know
Jesus.
most. Now, I was pregnant 6 times, but because I was put on methotrexate for my arthritis for years, I had 6 miscarriages.
Lord have mercy. Did
And
you
no
say
one,
8?
huh?
Did
Eight.
you say 8?
I wanted 8 kids. I wanted to try because
You
my
had
goal,
like that show?
What tribe?
Eight is enough.
Oh, so you need to stop. I didn't even think about it like no. I was thinking because I wanted my children to be. I had like dreams, girl. My dreams, like my kids were going to speak different languages. Which my son he spoke Spanish was his first language, not English. Okay, and we had a hard time.
I know
But
you did.
so because he had to adjust to like English speaking people in
Yeah.
school, and it was very hard adjustment. And the fact that look at him go, he's speaking what? And they didn't understand. So they made me speak only English at the house, and he had to get like, and he had a hard time interpreting. But if you read it to him in English, the test scores, his scores would be off the chart. But if he had to read it, he had a hard time. It wasn't until we got to the third grade in Arizona that a lady gave him dragon speak, that it taught him his English and he became a lot better. I didn't think it
Well, that
made a
makes sense
difference.
though, because I mean
I
Arizona, has a very
yeah.
large Mexican population, so that makes sense.
So he fit in. He his ESL. He was in the English second language class. But my son, like, they were shocked. Like, here's this boy. He's like doing ninth grade work and math and stuff like that. But his English was not what they expected. So that I accomplished that, and my one child spoke another language, so I accomplished that. My daughter, she decided she didn't want Spanish, she was going to speak French. So of course you got to be on the opposite. You can't speak the same language to each other. She but she spoke English better
That
than
would
my
that
son.
would I was gonna say that would make too much sense.
But my goal was to have this tribe of children that spoke different languages and did different things from different countries.
Oh, I
That
know
was
what it
my
was.
goal.
It was Josephine Baker that inspired you.
No, she didn't have kids. She adopted kids. No, I
Yeah,
wanted to
but
have
she had
the
a whole
kids.
bunch of them. That
She
was
didn't give
different.
birth to them. She adopted them.
Yeah,
Them suckers.
but I mean, it don't really matter how you get them. I mean, to me,
Yeah.
it's better not to have them. I mean, I have I have a child I didn't birth, and I thank the good Lord every day that I didn't have to birth no more to get him.
No, but for me, I didn't mind being pregnant. I
See,
enjoyed
to
the
me, the pregnancy part was wonderful. It was
right.
the deliveries.
Oh, I didn't feel anything. Remember, I told you I
Oh,
have a high threshold of pain. That's why my mother my
see, that's not
biological
right.
mother and everybody can attest to that. I've given birth twice and did not scream, no holler, no nothing, and just pushed out, and that was it. So
Yeah, I didn't do any
what?
of that either, but I didn't push out either. So, you know.
Oh, well, see, mine was
Yeah.
for me an easy birth, but then as we're learning, uh, some of us have a real high threshold of pain, and I happen to be unfortunate one of those
I was gonna
individuals.
say, and some of us don't,
Right.
but
And
you know,
mine,
they think we all do.
bingo, that one.
But that's the thing. It's like you can, I mean, and that even doesn't even break down with race or culture. That's just people, you know.
Bingo.
And but they think that we all have that same, you know, because I didn't do any of that either. But I labored for 25 and 27 hours with those kids,
Whoo!
and then they cut them out. I only dilated to 5.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The
Okay,
pregnancy
yeah,
was
I can
hard
get
and it
it.
was
I
just
get it.
good living. Like I when I had my I told you when I had my last one, the doctor was like, you need to wait at least 2 years before you have another one if you have another one because you know, you are at risk. He said if you get pregnant within 2 years, he said I'm gonna personally terminate it because it'll kill you, the baby, or both of y'all. He told
Wow.
me, he said, he said, I know your mother had 4 kids. I know your grandmother had 10, but you're not born to birth babies like that.
Okay. That makes sense.
So
That
you
makes
know, because I actually told my ex, I said, if you had acted like you had some sense, I'd have had you a few more babies. You know, but he just, you know, I did. I told him that. I said I'd have had a few more. I said because you know we made them cute. I said and they came out all right, and wasn't nobody, you know, in a way that I couldn't tolerate because you know I had told God what I wanted.
Okay.
But
That
we ain't
makes
talking about that. We talk about menopause.
okay. Yeah, but sometimes it goes because it helps.
Yeah.
Um psychologically, the things is that a lot of people are not prepared what their body go through.
Nope.
And then when you're going through menopause, some women feel like, well, now I'm old and I'm not a woman anymore. You're a
Yeah.
woman all day long. And these are some of the things that I got to sit down and talk with my mama Oracle. She was the one that talked to me about some of these things, about when you go through the change. And she said your body changes, not
Yes.
only that, your whole body, the way from your breasts to your hips to your
The
hands,
whole, to
the
your arms, to your
yep,
legs, everything. Because I have always been pretty tight because I always worked out or some type of something. I always did something. If it was working out or working like a nut. But I always,
right,
always was pretty tight, like my legs and my arms. I mean, I've always, lift weights and I've been cut. But girl, when menopause started really coming in there, my legs looked like cottage cheese. I had hanging shit in my arm. I was like, what the hell is this?
right. See?
When I started doing my research, that's what I discovered. I was like, what the world? So, one thing I've learned is that make sure that you drink your water because people don't put enough emphasis on drinking their water.
Okay, not only water, but it needs to be alkaline and really H3O. That's more
Mm-hmm.
important because you can drink a lot of water and your body will still be thirsty. But
Really?
if we accumulate and put more H3O, if you can drink coconut water, I know this is going to sound cheesy and crazy, but maybe even juicing some watermelon, uh,
I do that.
cantaloupe, honeydew, some of those, just even juicing them or even blending them up, that has the balance. And coconut water has the electric lights. That's the natural electric lights that they used to use back in the 40s, in Guam and Hawaii, for when people needed blood and stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
So I found that out. So it's almost like carrot juice. Carrot juice has the same characteristics
I
of
love it. I actually just got some carrots at the store when I went to get my grits. Because that was my purpose. I said, oh, it's time for us to juice some carrots. So I got some more and we already had some celery and ginger
right.
and all that. Yeah.
So these are the things that I'm learning, like eating grapes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, these are things that makes the body healthy. Also, when we going through this, you lose a lot of omega fatty acids. You
Yes,
lose a
you
lot of
do.
DHEA,
Mm-hmm.
DHEA, which is
Mm-hmm.
very important. We lose a lot of vitamin A and vitamin E as we get
Yes.
older. Our skin change. People don't
Mm-hmm.
talk about your skin changing. I used to watch the commercial back in the day. I mean, when I was a kid, about women talking about crepe skin. I said, what the heck is crepe skin? I don't mean to be funny, and this might sound that certain people get crepe skin,
They
but
do.
I haven't seen it
Not
on
not
people that look
many.
like me.
I've not seen many of us that get that.
That's what I'm
Usually the
saying.
ones that get it are the ones that have more of the other in them.
Right. I get it.
Like the mixed chicks and different things,
Right.
you'll see that with some of them. But even not even all of them even.
Right. It
But
all
yeah,
depends.
I have witnessed the crepe skin, yes, but I can't, I can't really identify with that.
But and also,
But we do have skin changes though. That
bingo.
is a fact, and I can tell you that from personal experience. Not even nothing I heard. I just know, and then and then there's the brain fog because that thing is real.
That
It's
one.
no
That
joke.
one.
It's no
So
joke. It's like, oh, we walk in the room and go to get something, and then you don't even know what you went to get. You
thank
know,
you.
I just come
And
back out and then go back in.
then
But
sometimes,
but let's talk about the importance also of understanding these changes, and then also speaking to our body,
thank you.
using our words, and shifting it in the quantum, because that's something that so a lot of people don't talk about, but we need to,
Right.
because I don't know, people, I guess people don't believe, but it's a real thing.
Yeah.
You can shift all these things, and to me, once you know, you can't unknow. And then once you know, what did GI Joe say? Knowing is half the battle.
Hello.
So once you know, you can't unknow. And then the other thing is, once you know, then you can head it off. You can say, okay, I love you. You can start making love to your body. Touching it in different spots and stuff like that, and telling it, telling your cells that it is enough. And there are so many things that you can do. And that to me is the most important thing, because you know we can look at it all day long and we can see what it looks like and all that, but people need to know that they are in control of it. It's not just a random thing. It's not just boom, it's dropped on. It's almost like, when people get a reading. They get a
Mhm.
reading, you tell them what it is at that moment. Doesn't mean that that's dropped in science, that I mean, or dropped in stone, and
Right.
it can't change and all this kind of stuff. Like I used to tell people about those aura readings. I said I love them and I think they're awesome, but it's just reading you at that moment.
Right.
Your aura can be 50,000 colors in a day.
Bingo.
I
But
said
they
so.
are really, because we're not.
Right.
If we look at it, we're, even though we're here, there, and the past all at the same time.
Yes.
We are our past, our present, and our future at the same time. That's another thing that we don't realize. And we have that capability, and we have so many different of that, being 50 or trillion different paths that can be done at the same moment, at the same time, with those variations at the same time.
And that's why
Just
you
putting
can
it
shift.
out there.
That's, that's why you can shift timelines like that. In a day, you can be in 50 timelines in a day.
Yep,
It's up to you, but you got to understand that you can, or you got to believe that you can.
that one. See,
You know.
no, 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 it's not believing. I learned
Okay.
something today from my mama. Is about knowing, because you can
Okay.
believe a lot of things, but
Got
when
that.
you know, you know. And
Knowing.
my mama taught me that today on the show. You guys, it was real educational being today.
That's a
'Cause
good thing.
yeah, I did
I
a show earlier with my mom.
will have
It
to go
was
back and watch it.
what is it, Gil's? It was she's my mom is known as the Oracle. I call her Mama Oracle. I call her Mom, but yeah, well, maybe she let you call her Mama Oracle, but she my mom, not my biological mom, but she's my mom. Like I told everybody,
Hey.
my mom has sang for me. She's come all the way from Hollywood to Arizona when I was in Arizona and did stuff. My mom support me when I was in Hollywood. My mom went on the show with me, and right along, I was like, well, if I go on the show, my mom's gonna go on the show. So I got my mom a spot. My mom was like, my baby. And I was like, Mom, I was like, can you do a show with me? And she was like, yes. So I was like, okay, I got you. So she's that special. She's starred, I was telling people she starred in Hollywood. Um, she's in Gil Scott Heron's
Mm.
Bluesology play in LA. And it's
Ooh,
in
I,
June.
I loved him.
Right. So she's a two-time Billboard spoken word person. So she was telling me they're gonna walk the red carpet
Ah,
right after
nice.
that. So I was like, well, you gotta send me pictures. So stuff like that. So I had a song on here, just right, and she has a song, "You Are the One," and that's the only one she would play at my events. You are the one. You are the one, and that would get me motivated and pumped up. That wherever I was when I was cooking, that's the kind of motivation we need. And my
Yeah.
mom does not mind passing the baton on and the information. Some of us don't have that. That's why I decided to do this show, and I plan to do more about endometriosis. People don't know about PCOS, a lot of stuff in fibroids. But that's a continued series we're going to do. But this one about menopause and the changes we go through that we don't even recognize that we can go through. There are let me see, certain tones, certain beats that you can do to change that as well. And there's certain treatments that you can do. One,
Yes.
I'm going to say, which I do offer, ionic foot baths. It pulls stuff out of your body, poisons, and it gives a reading. And that's what I'm going to say. If you got yeast buildup, if your joints are hurting, if this, what else? Heavy metals. If you have any different things that malfunction, it pulls it to the surface and it tells in the water. Some people say it don't work. I believe it do. I'm proof it does. because I had 36 x-rays, and that was one of the things that I did in one day. Okay, that was the one thing. Yeah, that one. Um, so I know it's unbelievable, but there was a certain.
Really? It's like, what?
Yep, I tell
I'm
people
still
that
processing it.
radiation is real poison, you guys.
Mhm.
Just if you don't know. So
Mhm.
that was one. Another one is a simple bath that most people can do for their body, just not only to relax, is get some Epsom salt, some baking soda, some borax, and some good old fashioned eucalyptus, and soak your feet or soak your whole body. See, I take it a step further and I put some charcoal in there. Active charcoal. So when I'm saying I'm going to neutralize, I am going to neutralize the heck out of there. So those are different things that I can offer. Some things also while you're going through menopause is I didn't say steam, yoni, smoked yoni treatment. That's different. It's with different woods, it's different treatment, it opens you up, it heals the whole, does treatment. Now, what I'm saying is a suggestion. I'm not a medical licensed doctor. I gotta say this. These are some
For
suggestions that I had.
entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, entertainment purposes only. So when you do those things from that, I do that, and I also do the yoni steams. I make the yoni steam herbal bath if you want to do that, and I can get you that, and you could do it at home, or if you want to come here, we do that. So then we got the biofeedback. I have the biofeedback. You get biofeedback training. It's like all the things that I do basically will help you through menopause. Maybe that's why I'm not exhibiting any signs or anything. But then you have the
That's
motivation
amazing.
intentional. But you also have Rife. Rife, because you're going through that, anybody knows about Rife treatment. Rife treatment does that as well. So you don't necessarily have to be in Florida. For the yoni steam and the smoke steam, you have to be here for the eye and the foot back. You have to do that. I can't do that. Like it's not like Reiki, but the bio and all of that are just like Reiki that can be offered. But it does help balance the body. Again, this is just a suggestion. If you want to do the research, I'll be more than happy to provide that information with you. I have to keep saying because I had a young man on my show that was talking about gays and it went all kind of sideways and my son was like, "Okay, mom, that's not you. You got to." I was like, and he was trying to make me laugh when he was saying something because I didn't know how to respond, and my son got in
Mhm.
front of me. So as y'all know, I was not here. I was in another part of the room. We got two computers in the room. And he made me laugh. And he was like, Mom. And then he talked to me. He said, but it's going to be okay. I said, everybody knows that I don't have nothing against them. I'm not homophobic.
No.
I don't have no opinion
I was gonna say
religion.
I love all people and I love the community.
Right.
I believe love is love.
So it's good. But yeah, that was not real good. I was not very happy, and I looked, and by the time I tried to get it off because it took 24 hours for it to translate, it had 10 people watching by 7 o'clock in the morning. I had to take that sucker off. So no, this gentleman is not part of our tribe. This is not part of our belief system. We don't have any hate against anybody or anything. It's just
No.
not in. It's just not. It's not part of this of anything that I'm gonna be a part of.
Only
Just
love.
FYI.
Only love.
Right,
And
because
there's
that's the
enough
only
hate
way
in the
we're gonna
world.
grow.
Yeah.
That's the only way we go. Now, another thing that is B12 is women of going through menopause. They really need B12 is very important.
Yes.
D3 and K2 are very important.
Yes.
These are things. So even so much as
Magnesium.
say that again,
Magnesium. Magnesium.
magnesium. Yep, that
Glycinate.
glycinate.
Not magnesium ox, not that.
Yep, that one.
Hmm.
So what
Magnesium
else?
glycinate, yes.
What else is the other one I was
I was
saying?
going to say, and suggest to take the magnesium and the D3 and the K2 at
Uh,
night. Oh, and
okay.
zinc. Zinc is another one.
There you go. And what I was thinking is primrose. primrose, and if you could add alfalfa to your diet, alfalfa sprouts. And there used to be this little pearl pill that you could get at the Chinese store, that calcium. That not only helped you with your skin, it helped you with your hair, it helped balance your hormones. Now, for women that are having odors, because you will, when you're going through menopause, you can start accumulating different odors.
Yeah.
There's a thing called chlorophyll
Hmm.
that you can
Hmm.
either buy in a bottle, but if you like me, you gonna make it yourself. You get some Swedish chard, you get you some spinach, you get you some alfalfa sprouts, some broccoli sprouts. You put it in your blender with water or Vitamix or Ninja or whatever, and water, and mix it down. That is a all natural chlorophyll. What it's going to do is neutralize your body. So I got some tricks for you if you want to know. This is my thing. So also, you want to get some royal jelly. That's another one that you want to add to your diet. But you got to make sure it's pure, not this imitation
Yeah.
whatever,
Uh-huh.
because there's a lot of imitation. And you got bee pollen. Bee pollen,
Yes.
and that is very good. And there, I'm going to let you know, I got this Americanized Manuka honey that I get from the local honey out here. I will let you guys know how really good it is. But I've been taking that and adding that. I made a butterfly pea tea
Yes.
that I put on there. People need to know. Butterfly
Love
pea
that.
tea is good for inflammation, quote
Yes.
unquote, said to be good for inflammation.
Yes.
I put cinnamon, I put clove, I get organic ginger, and I put it out in the sun. I don't heat it up. I put all these flowers in the sun. That's how I make my tea, in the sun. Let it sit, let it radiate, and then I add the honey to it. And the honey and the ginger start to turn it into a natural sota. So
Okay,
you don't.
let's qualify. She lives in Florida. That won't be happening here.
You can make it during the summertime, or even put it in the
No.
sun if you wanted to.
It just don't be enough. I mean, you know what I mean? For long.
Right.
Because it'll be sunny, in the morning, and then it won't be sunny a little bit in the afternoon, and then it might get sunny in the evening, and
Yeah, but you
they
just
have
leave it there. I mean, that's what we did. Leave it there all day. I mean, it's not going to be done in an hour. It's going to take some time.
like in Arizona, right in Florida.
Right, right. Because that's when I started really making my son tea when I was living there.
Yeah.
So my friend said she did not know that there was two hibiscus. Is Rosella
Hmm.
hibiscus
Yes.
and the hibiscus flower. And
Yes.
then they're different. And the Rosella are much stronger for
Okay.
me than the flower.
Okay.
Um, so when
Because
you
I
grow
like
them,
hibiscus too.
I was like, I don't have the picture. Shoot,
Now I made some butterfly pea tea
hmm.
with cannabis,
Okay. And
and
how did it
that
work?
is phenomenal.
Okay.
It is because the butterfly pea tea for me relaxes me and calms me and all of this kind of stuff. And so I would drink it sometimes at night. Well, I made the cannabis tea with it. Phenomenal.
See, I'm allergic to the cannabis. Always have been.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I know.
Because that thing, I tell you what, that does help even with this.
Right.
Because you
Let's.
start having all these freaking pains and stuff that you don't know, and then they diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. I don't claim anything, but they diagnosed me in 2010. And I honestly I figured out that if I kept my anxiety levels down and I didn't have stress in my
Yeah.
life, then I wasn't affected really a lot. But when COVID hit, and then this thing hit, it was like
Right.
just random pains, all kind of places and different things. And I'm not one to take a lot of I don't take a lot of medicine or nothing like that.
Right.
But I noticed an increase, and I was like, what is this about?
That's we sometimes also going through menopause. Your cortisone levels will go up. Your stress level can go up, and the things that you used to have patience for, you don't have patience for, and you don't have tolerance for the BS anymore. Your
That's
BS
absolutely
thermometer is like, no, you're not going to take it, which is good because
100%. 100%.
but
No, no.
when you're going through menopause, your joints hurt even more sometimes.
Oh my God.
Your
Yes.
muscles hurt and you get muscle spasms even more. So these are key points that you maybe need to look at your diet, which you can change as well, and things you can introduce. Now, supposing you're like myself, you can't take that. My favorite thing is kava kava, the real kava kava, because I realize they have imitation kava kava out
Yes.
there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And the other thing that is calming, that is real good, but you got to be careful with the kava kava because not everybody is structured in their body to actually take kava kava, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You
because you have to
also
be able to process it, and it's liver toxic, which most things are, but it's really so you gotta,
liver toxic.
yeah,
Yep,
be
yes,
real
ma'am. That one.
particular, as my granddaddy would say.
Right. So you got Damian. I don't know
Yeah,
if anybody know Diana.
yeah.
Damiana.
Hmm.
That is taken, and
You know, I took that with Herbalife years ago.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was in a herbal that Damiana and Don Quai.
Dong Quai. That's
That
good,
was
and that's for
also in there, and that was
women.
good.
Yep.
But if you're like me, my body gets sensitive to stuff very quickly. So, like for me, I was just talking to my mom yesterday. I was like, I don't take anything every day because if I do, it'll stop working. My
That
body
one.
has been like that all my life. So, I might take stuff for maybe 5 days a week, might take it 3 days a week, so I have to see how my body is doing because my body just, and then I'll be like, taking stuff and it won't work. And to
Right.
me, it's no point in taking nothing that ain't gonna work.
That one. Been
Because I mean, you're just stressing out your body more because it's not working. But then there are so many things that we can do. Exercise is another thing that people discount and they don't want to do it because you're already hurting, your joints are sore, and all this other kind of stuff. But you have to figure out something because exercise is another thing. I can testify to that. Exercise is another thing that helps me so much
there.
because a lot of times you have insomnia as well. That's another symptom of menopause as well. Can't hardly fucking sleep, or you waking up in the middle of the night, or every other hour, and you got to pee, things like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So so you have to consider that, but you have to find something you can do. And I am going to suggest Tai Chi because that really has helped me tremendously. I've been doing it now 3 months. And I do it almost every day, 7 days a week if I can. It's a 7-minute video on YouTube.
Right.
So I think that helps. And then also I've seen people doing like chair yoga.
Yep.
There's so many things that you can do. But what I know is that whatever you do, if you just do it consistently, and you don't have to do a lot either, because people think you got to get out here and work, go to the gym for 2 hours and all that other kind of stuff. But you don't
Right.
have to do all that. Really, you just have to find something that you enjoy so that you'll do it consistently. But you
Right.
need to work out, to exercise in some way. For me, I love to swim. So I swim. I swam today. So I swim about usually 4 or 5 days a week. I swim,
Mm-hmm.
but I enjoy it. You know what I mean? And I can see the difference in my body. I can see even the difference in my lungs capacity and all that because
Nice.
I believe that so many of those organs were affected with this thing.
Yep.
And then for me, it was like a double whammy because long COVID hit me and then this crap hit.
Right. I get you. Your mic is off. Your mic.
I
Oh,
don't know. It's something about this setup because it just kicks it off. It tells
girl.
me it's unplugged, but it's still plugged in the same way I plugged it in before.
It's like that sometimes. You can also do the rebounder or a trampoline, a mini trampoline.
Oh yes,
Jumping
yes,
on that, and
yes,
that does help.
yes,
Pilates is another one that you
yes,
can do, and that helps and that strengthens the body because as we get older, we as women, we have the bra. I call it the bra girdle in the back, and we don't strengthen our core when we're younger. Our core is strong. So we're able to take a lot more. So that's why we get a lot of backaches, not because you're heavy. If you always been heavy and you never had a problem, then you need to strengthen your core. So it went off for some reason. All you
Same.
got to do is move. It must be
Mhm.
one of those things.
Yeah.
So those are things that you can think
Hold my
of.
finger like that.
That's all you got to do is like think of things that you like to do, even dancing. If you
Yes.
like to dance
Dancing
and
is the
move,
thing.
you dance, you move, you do that. Now, I'm going to say this: if you have ankle problems until you get steady and it start your ankles or start healing, then you can do it. Don't be moving or try to be like me where I was writing my page. My mom told me she'll fix my page for me to edit for me because I was like, Mom, look at my hand. It's swollen. And she's like, I said, oh, they say I got lymphedema. So that come from that surgery I told you about. The doctor confirmed it today that the surgery I had for them to the guy that tried to partially remove the port didn't do his job and caused me more medical problems. That's why I'm having breathing problems and everything. But that's another story, and I'm better, and I'm not claiming it. And now that I know what I know, I'm just saying, I'm putting you on blast, my brother. You are full of it, and you should have did your job. Now, Dr. Imoto will be coming seeing you soon, just so you know. Uh, that is that, and that's a promise. Okay, now that I done did that, um, I'm gonna do an exposing some people, but that was not what that was meant for. But we're gonna talk again about some foods that you can eat. I If you eat fish, you can get salmon, but you don't buy no farm salmon. Please do not buy the farm salmon. Farm salmon is not good for you. It's not.
I'm not
Um,
a real big salmon. I mean,
I know you not.
I mean, I like salmon croquettes. You know what I mean? But I'm not a real big. I mean, we have it, but we had my husband cooked. What was the name of that thing? Steelhead or sheephead or something? Steelhead. He cooked
Steelhead.
that, and that was really good.
Okay.
He
So
broiled it.
you can eat that. You can eat codfish,
Hmm.
haddock.
Yeah,
Um, I don't like flounder. Flounder doesn't have a taste, and I don't eat tilapia
love
because it's a
flounder.
garbage fish.
I grew
Nah,
up eating flounder. Probably. I love me some.
that's why I don't like it. That is exactly why I don't like it. I grew up eating flounder, but
Well,
I
that's why I don't like whiting.
see. No, I didn't have
Because we
whiting.
ate a lot of that.
No.
And then,
Um,
tuna even, like, we ate a lot of tuna, so it took me years to eat tuna.
no,
Because
I
I
didn't
just
grow
got
up eating.
tired. It's like every other meal, it's tuna and corn and tuna and peas and rice and yeah, tuna and mashed potatoes.
Stop.
I'm not as low as you.
See, I didn't have that. See,
And I said,
so
if I eat another, when I grew up, I said,
I'm
I'm
not
not
eating
doing
tuna
that.
ever again. I got you. I
And
got you.
now, and it's good for you, and it's got a lot of good, vitamins
But
and minerals in it. So I
yeah,
eat it now. But for years I wouldn't touch it. Like ramen noodles. I eat ramen noodles for years. I can't stand them.
can't stand it. My son loves them, and that's
Yeah,
why we
all my
never had them.
children
That's why he
did.
never had them as a kid.
I was gonna say that's what it was. Because I couldn't stand them because I ate it so much in college. I had a whole they
that
we
that's
used to get the
that was
big
the
thing from
survival meal
Sam.
in college. No, that was the survival meal. That's how you got
Yes,
along,
because
especially when you go on a scholarship and
honey,
your means were tight. Yes,
you
everybody be in there like, wait a minute, did you get yours? Oh well,
you got the
did you
ramen.
lose your packet? Yeah, I lost my packet. Well, can you spare your packet? No, mine's. You put too much water in it. Why you water it that?
Look, because
I
you
know.
can do ramen, you can have a can of peas, and then you
Mhm.
can throw a hot dog,
Yeah,
and
but
you had a
on a light
meal.
bulb. Hey, I got to stop telling everything. But yeah, that then you got your blueberries, you got your raspberries, you got your strawberries, you got your blackberries. These are all have antioxidants. This is not only
Yes,
helpful for if you're going through your mental
it's helpful in general.
right. It helps the body
Hmm.
when you're eating them. So if you want, I would suggest get milk kefir, coconut kefir, water kefir, kombucha. Mix it together. These are natural probiotics. They help your body. These are things that can do to help you. that I can think of that I know of foods. Some people need to eat more beef. Really, you only should be eating this 2 ounces of meat per day. We over consume a lot in this country.
Yes, we do.
Okay. You can get some sardines, some
Mhm.
mackerels that are in, now I didn't say you, that are in a can. And, you know, these actually help because the bone and the calcium also helps the body as well because they're already in there and they're small little fishies that eat them. So know that they're going to have a fishy smell and a fishy taste. So you got to fix them up like you do. If you have my noni, you squeeze some lime juice over it, put some salt and pepper, some hot sauce, and then you call it a day. Because she knew her baby was just very picky about the food she was going to eat. So she had
Yeah,
to jazz it up a little bit for me to
yeah.
eat it. But these are the foods that I grew up
See,
with.
liver is what they did for us, like that. Grandma will cook
Liberty,
the liver, and she told us it was steak.
how did, never mind.
She'd
But
cook it with liver and onions, and she told us it was steak.
liver smell different than steak.
But we were kids, and it was tender, and Grandmama told us.
Okay. Okay. Your mic went off again.
She told us it was steak.
Okay. I believe you.
So I
I'm
grew up
like,
thinking
eh,
that it was steak. I love me some liver and onions when it's cooked good.
right. Well,
Yeah.
I haven't had that in
Now
only
that's
person.
another thing also that you can eat at this time too. You
Yep.
know, because yeah, ooh, yeah, because
Chicken liver pate.
mhm,
That's what I grew up with. You ever had
no,
it? Good.
this girl is very, very, very particular. I just, I was one that kid that sat at the table because they would be telling me to eat this stuff, and I'd be like, no, I'm not going to eat it. And girl, and I wouldn't eat it. I would
Right.
figure out a way. I mean, I would put it in my mouth, go to the bathroom, sit in the toilet,
Wow. I got,
put
or
it in
give
the
it to the
napkin.
dog. If you had a
Right.
dog, you give it to the dog. You went off again. I don't know.
No. Like, no.
Okay. Other things that you can do eat is fermented onions,
Yeah.
and all you got to do is you take the purple onions and you put them in with salt and water, or you can do it like, or you can ferment them. Not ferment them, but pickle them. Pickled red onions. So there's two. There's the fermented ones with the salt and the water that you let sit and break down, and then the other ones are with vinegar. So as you can see, there's a lot of fermentation going on in the diet, a lot of different ways to get calcium, but also the exercising and breathing. We need to learn
Yes.
breathing techniques
Yes.
because we have forgot to learn how to breathe, how to take a
I'm
deep breath.
telling you, I was listening to somebody earlier this week. And they were talking about the 448. And I was like, that is perfect. You know, breathe for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 8 with a
Okay.
sigh at the end. And that is amazing. I practiced that myself. I was like, okay, I'm implementing that in my workshops
Okay.
because it does it gives you this feeling,
Right.
almost like a euphoric feeling, really.
There you go. And that's
Hmm.
what you need when you're going through this. And visualization is
Yes.
also good during this time. And
Yeah.
find something that you like. I know my girl, my sister friend Melissa, not gonna like this. Go and do a paint and sip or paint and whatever. So we just got talking. So you know how to call you out, my sister. Or
I was
like
going to
her,
say they offering a 420 in paint. Somebody was
right?
doing that, doing one of those. I'm waiting for that one.
Okay. Well, most people won't be driving at that. They're gonna need a bus to drop them off at their home if they got
You
to do that
know,
420.
it depends. How long? I mean, if it's a
Or
couple of hours,
have a
then you put a
sleepover.
pin down. That. But no, and you're right. And the thing is, like, I like doing. Okay, don't laugh. I like doing word searches.
That's nice.
So I bought me one of the one of the ones with the big words,
Hmm.
the word searches. So I've been doing those, and then I have this book, and this is something that I started doing with the long COVID. I found it in the Dollar Tree, I believe. But
Hmm.
it's a book, How to Get Away with Murder, and it's based, some things from the show,
Hmm.
and it has like different things that you so you can figure out stuff. like who done it and stuff like that. It like gives you clues about what's going on or whatever, and you have to figure it out. And it's different little exercises in this book. But
Right.
it's good things that help your brain and trigger your brain and all this kind of stuff. And I
Right.
think, and like I said, it was fun. It's fun to do it. I'll pull it out sometimes and just sit and do that, and then, other things to me is so important to find something that you really enjoy that you can create, the paint and sip and all these things you can, to me, that it does something to my heart when I sit down and I make jewelry. I
Right.
do. I be like, oh my God. Oh,
Right.
and especially if it's stuff that looks crazy to me. But then when I wear it out, people say, where'd you get that? That's so pretty. And I be like, really?
Okay.
Because I was just doing something.
Right. And that's the beauty part, but you create it with your hands. And
Yes.
that's beautiful. So if you crochet, if you knit,
Yes.
if you
Yes.
sew, those are
Yes.
things
All
that you
those.
can do. If you like to bake, if you like to cook,
Yeah.
volunteering for, at the animal shelter, if that's your thing, or the
Mm-hmm.
the foster care or
Fostering
adopt.
the kid, the dog, I mean, the pets,
Right. What is the other thing? Big brother, big sister. There's different organizations
mentors.
in them. There's
I used
different
to
things.
volunteer at the Salvation Army when I was in Colombia. I
Okay.
volunteered at the Salvation Army, and it was really nice because they were building like the apartments and stuff. You know how they have in some places. So they were
Uh-huh.
building those, and it was a lot of fun. We volunteered in the kitchen, so we
Nice.
just helped the girl that was the chef, and she had been through the program and all that, and she had been addicted and whatnot. But she was so sweet; she had recovered, and so she was running the kitchen, and that
Nice.
girl could cook.
All right
So
now.
we would go in there and volunteer in the kitchen, and shoot, go home with dinner for our family. She was like, "Oh, I done fixed y'all some plates," And I was like,
Nice.
"What?" She was like, "Yeah, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we were able to interact with a lot of the people and stuff like that, and you see a lot of things and learn a lot of stuff, and then you have a good feeling because you're helping somebody,
There you go. See that?
and that
Because with that, like you said, with that also brings depression.
yes,
Some
yes,
people go into a deep manic depression, and
yes,
there's
they do,
different depression stages. Manic.
yes,
And
they
when I,
do,
I mean manic,
yes. They
whoo.
be really, we it's no way to even get around that. They be batshit crazy.
I just said manic. I was being nice, and you just went there. Okay.
Go there because that's what it is. You like, did she just say
Yeah. We
she
got,
did?
you know what? My aunt Alice used to say this: when you get to a certain age, you don't care what you say, how you say it, because
No,
now you done reached a pivotal point in your life. You gonna say what you mean and mean what you say. You don't have to cover stuff, and if they don't like you, be like, oh, then go somewhere. Get away from me. You
it's the
don't have to
freedom.
talk to me. And I said, Aunt Alice, I really can do that. She said, when you get a certain age, baby, when you grow up and you're grown, you're gonna be able to say that. I am of that age, even though I'm not in menopause yet, but I decided I take the crown, I wear it right now. So I'm gonna say
See,
what
the
I
thing
mean and be
is, and that's why I do my workshop, permission revoked, because I want women to know you can revoke the permission and you can do what you want to do. It's permission revoked, a midlife reset.
all
Because it's
right.
time for women, and we do somatic work in it. I do some meditation, I do some activations, some transmissions and stuff in this workshop. And
Right.
it's a free workshop, but I love to do it because it tells women that, we were conditioned to do the things that we do. We were conditioned to act the way that we do. We were conditioned to people please.
Right.
We were we were conditioned to self-sabotage. We were conditioned to do all of these things, but now the contracts are up. You can say no. I'm done with that.
That
You
makes
know what I
sense.
mean? And it just it hit me so hard when I was creating it because I said, wow, we can do that.
Hmm.
Because I think about my grandmother, a Pentecostal preacher in the 70s without a covering. She wasn't under anybody's ministry or anything like that because she said God called her to preach. everybody in her ministry said that women couldn't preach. So she went out on her own, bought her own church in the 70s. And I think about I think about what a badass she had to be.
Hello.
4'9".
Wow. Wow.
So it's like, when
Them
you
the
think about,
ones.
right? Like, she was like, what was the man? What was the commercial? E.F. Hutton. When she talked, everybody listened.
There you go. Hey.
But I think about that, and it's like, why can't we? Why
Empower.
can't we? Why do we have to? Why we gotta sit back here? Why can't we be who we know we are?
I say.
Step out in the world as who we are and remember, and that's the thing. So I love to do that workshop, and if anybody wants to go, reach out. I have a link. But
What's
and
your
I'll drop it in the
first?
comments. I'll drop it in the comments
Okay.
because I got the show up.
Oh,
I'll drop it in the comments. But it really is. The last time I did it, I got the most amazing compliments, on it because it just really it kind of flowed through me because it's something that we're living.
I say. It's
Knowing that you can create your own reality.
that's what
You
I
can
love.
have a dreams to reality.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You
Dreams to
know, and and not only can you have one, but other people can have those too if they want
I
it.
say.
But you have to, when you revoke the permissions and that you can do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't honestly think it takes age. I just think that it happens like that because that's the space that we get to.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point now, I really don't give a fuck what you say
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't align with what is coming from inside of me.
Right.
But we give our permission and our status away. We do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times, but it's because this is what they did. They conditioned us and we fell in line a lot of times.
Yeah.
So now it's time for us to release that.
I want you to meet my girl Militia. She did um her house, and the decoration is so spectacular. What she did is so amazing. I
Hmm.
mean, the room is amazing. I was like, look, when I get some money, guess what? I'm going to bring you all the way up here to help me. That's how amazing she is.
So you're
Uh,
not even going to say it like that. You're going to
what?
say, I'm going to bring her up here to take care of my stuff. You ain't even
Yeah.
going to put that other part in there. Is that
I,
something?
don't- I missed the part. I must have put something that I wasn't supposed to, but that was
Mhm.
not. Yeah, she's going to come up here and
Mhm. She's
she's
going
going
to come up
to,
here and do what she had, need to do.
right.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I told her I want her people to come and hire her because if you would have seen what she showed me, the rooms that she showed me, it you would have swore that it was in a 5-star hotel. That's how bad it was. I was like, what, that, okay. So I, it was just amazing. So when people, I find amazing people, I mean, and she's an amazing individual, period. We talked tonight and she got to see, and we were talking, I told her about menopause too, about going through it. And, we don't realize the emotional upheaval, and our family don't realize the emotional upheaval that it has. Now, on a spiritual level, let's take it even one step further.
Hmm.
Because you are going at, do you know your body chemistry changes and the
Yes.
signal that you give out is different than it was before? And sometimes it magnify a lot the sound, the frequency. Your hormones are so out there that even little young people, young men, young enough to be your son, will come up and try to talk to you. And you be
Yes.
like, dude, do you realize I'm old enough to be your mama or probably your grandmama, and you sitting here want to talk to me? Go sit your little tail down somewhere. You know, that kind of situation. But also You welcome, love. I got you. Always give out shout out to people I appreciate. So your body gives out the signal, and it's
It's the
like
pheromones, is what it is. Your
right,
pheromones.
but it's like the birds, not even the pheromones. It's a sound. Our body
It's like
emanates a sound. Do you
a
know what I'm saying?
frequency. Yes,
Huh?
it's a frequency.
Right. It emanates a
Yeah.
sound. The vibration is
Hmm.
out, and they can
Yeah.
feel it. People
Yeah.
can feel you before they see you. That's why if you are a certain caliber of person, when you come in the room, everybody turns around and be like, "Oh, they're looking at you because they felt you before they seen you." Or when you walk in a room, they're hypnotized and they're just staring and they don't know what to say. They're like shell shocked, like, and they don't know what to say. Like, I wanna, I wanna, and they want to talk to you. They want to be with you.
That
Um,
happens to us all the time.
bingo.
Like we walk in the room and I'm like, some of my look,
You need a bodyguard
I'm like,
sometimes,
ooh, I got lipstick on my face.
right?
But it does, it happens. And then sometimes, you'll go in a place and you'll be the only person in there. You look up, it's a whole line behind you.
Right, that one.
And I'm
So
like, damn, it was nobody.
it's your
And then,
frequency. You bring, and I told my son, I said, I need to start charging people when I go in an empty place because I get tired of I'm here first and nobody come, and I'm like just looking around, and then all these people come and now they want stuff. And then let me tell you something. You get to a point, like, don't say this, don't say you want to be invisible, okay? Because that can happen. Like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be seen today. And guess what? People, because you put that out there,
hmm.
even though you're physically, you see, people do not see you
Oh
because you
yeah.
put that, I wanted to be invisible. You could be in the bank or you could be at the thing and somebody will go right in front of you. You be like,
Or
what am
they'll
I
serve the
invisible?
person behind you.
Right.
And
Like,
you're
what?
like, am I not standing here?
Right. Because you said you didn't want to be seen. So be careful with your words that you speak as well. Because you're
Absolutely.
at a pivotal point, we don't realize the power that we have with our words, with our minds, with our eyes. Our eyes, let me tell you, these eyes sometimes just see 3D. But
Hmm.
if you really, and that's because we're in 3D. But when we really focus, we can see other things
Yeah.
that the naked eye, like, just look at the corner of your eye and you can start seeing some things. Just do it regularly. Start sun gazing. Sun gazing also helps the body heal.
Yes, I do that. I try to
Okay?
do it regularly, but that just
It's
you don't
hard
happen
sometimes.
every day.
Or when the sunset go down, stare at the sun as it goes
Yes.
down.
I
Guess
think
what?
I think it's healing. I think it's healing my eyes.
It is.
I
It is.
think it's healing. And my husband actually was the one that started doing it because he said, I'm gonna heal my eyes. And his vision is way worse. But when he went to get his eyes checked, his eyesight was better.
Yeah,
He had a better prescription. And I thought, whoa, maybe there is something to this.
it is. And also walking on the earth, putting your feet, your real feet, on the ground and just
Hmm.
walking around. And I don't mean concrete, I mean in the grass,
No,
walking
on the
on the
beach.
beach, in the ocean. We need to
Amen.
also, during this time, go visit some spring water, natural spring water. If you can go to the beach, wherever it is, and dip your body. That is healing and cleansing for
Yes.
your body as a whole, and
Yes.
you will feel the shift in your body, your happiness. um I'm gonna give
Now,
you some. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, what do you feel about? We have a mutual friend that was talking about the oceans and basically staying out of them.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had to look at that comment. Did you read the comment?
Yeah, I saw it, and I look, I identify with it all
Okay.
the time. Like, no, no, I don't do
Right,
children. You're like, you're
right,
younger than my son. No.
right,
But
right.
yeah,
Said about the
she said
ocean.
something
What
about
about
the
the ocean?
oceans, about basically she was saying stay out of them.
She
And
said,
yeah,
"Oh wow,
yeah, but
maybe that's why I haven't been able to go to the ocean because I've been trying to go to the beach since I got here." And it was like every time, like I'm in the midst of doing something, but I never got a chance. So
well, you know,
maybe
it was a while ago, so it could be that something happened before. I don't know, because this has been a while. It was
okay,
when this we were she was on my show.
right.
Been a while, so I it could
It
be,
might have been shift. She
but
said
I
it's a
kind of
big
remember that. But I don't often I try not to subscribe to fear at all.
that one.
And
Like
I also really, and this is something people should do as well, you should subscribe to your own intuition. Don't outsource your intuition. Yes, you can, get readings and listen to other people talk about shit, but always check in with yourself.
bingo.
See what God is speaking to you. Because people, in the church, they used to say, well, God told me to give you a word. Well, he didn't tell me that you was going to give me a word.
That's true too.
How do I mean,
Yeah,
we might not be talking about the same person.
bingo. That's true too. Because everybody's God might not be the same God. See
This is
that's the
true.
thing. Everybody's God might not be the same God, and you got to figure out if my God and your God is the same God, or what you say, or what you prescribe to. Do I prescribe to? Because your
Right.
vision and what you believe in is totally different. That's almost bad. But I don't even want to go there. We're talking about slavery and all that other stuff in their God. So I don't think we all had the same God. I'm just gonna put
Right.
that out there because why when my God said I got to be a slave and you be over me? I'm sorry, I just don't get that. So I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yes.
But let's go to the springs. There are a lot of natural springs that I didn't know that was here in Florida,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and mineral springs at that.
Hmm.
So you guys might want to look into that. And there's also a lot of places that you can actually get some drinking spring waters here in Florida. And I believe in North Carolina too, and South Carolina, there's some springs. I don't know if they're in
Yes.
Atlanta, Georgia,
Yes.
but
I
there
think
is a
there's some near. Is it Aiken, South Carolina? Maybe
I don't
might
know.
be Aiken, or either that, or it's going to be in the upstate.
Right.
But I
Well,
remember, I had never been, but I remember people talking about it.
if you can, there's a website that will find the springs that is near you. Look it up, Google it. That's what everybody famous. Google it and
Yeah.
find it, and you can go and you can get water, and it's free. You don't have to pay like we pay all this fancy money to have this spring water for them to put whatever they put in our spring water. I'm just putting it out there. I have a keg and water machine. It's yet to be hooked up because my machine is I got a fancy dancy kitchen sink that it can't be hooked up to. If I had a old humbly dumbly sink, I could have hooked it up by now, but I don't. So I love it because
I'm
my
gonna make me some sea salt. I already decided. I'm gonna make some sea salt.
oh, okay.
I
Because you
watched the
right there
video
near the
on it.
ocean.
Yeah, I watched the video on it, and I'm gonna go make me some sea salt.
I seen that too. Young lady took some sea salt out of the ocean and brought it back
Hmm.
in
I was like, that's cool, because they were like, get a Ziploc bag of water, and I was like, okay, I can do that, or a
and
bucket or
boil
something.
it, and it comes
Mhm.
out.
I'm like,
Um,
okay, that's what's up. Because I
and
sure, because I use sea salt, and so I'm like, that would be great, to be able to make your own.
there you go. And it also is salt. It can be used to purify your house of anything of negativity coming and being within your present. They used to my girlfriend that did Kabbalah used to burn salt. She told me that
I
was to
heard
burn
people
the
have done
negativity.
that.
She was like, it's a Kabbalah thing. You burn the negativity away, and they burnt the salt. I was like, wow, I learn something new every day.
Don't you?
So, so there's so many, and then there's salt baths that you take, spiritual salt baths that you take, and how to clean yourself off. So when you're going into, you can actually, available Saturday late afternoon or evening for a 45-minute Reiki session. Our mutual friend. So I gotta I gotta get back to her, which I will. Um,
Well,
it
you
was
know what it is. You do what you do when you can do it.
right.
Because, everybody has demands and
Yeah.
everybody has issues. But then there
Well,
are also boundaries.
this is true.
And I want to say
Friday,
that again for menopause, because at
right?
this time, we need boundaries.
That one. Now, how do you set up boundaries? Because if you set up boundaries, you're gonna get some haters out there.
Of course, you're
Let's
going to
put
get
it out there.
haters. The thing is to me, when I was able to set up boundaries was when I understood that I would have some haters and I didn't give a fuck about it.
All right
So,
now.
but I had to get to that place. It's not an easy place to get to for a person like me. You know what I mean? Like I was a supreme people pleaser and didn't even know. You know what I mean? And it's been, what I've done and I didn't even realize until I started studying and I was like, okay, yeah, this is no. But for me, I was like, nah. So now I'm like, I'm boundary straight up. I mean, like, I had somebody reach out to me and said, oh, well, can I come over? No, no, no. I mean, and at the time, I didn't even say I was busy. I just said no. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't busy, but I didn't want to do it.
And you don't have to. The thing is that when you've been so used to you explain, and that's one thing I learned. All you got to do is say no. You're not. They're not your parent. And even if they were, you don't even owe them that no. My no means no, and I don't owe you no explanation. I just said no. And if you can't respect that, because some people will challenge, like, why are you saying no?
My
My
mother was
response,
like that, but I don't, I've gotten to the place now where, and it took me a long time. And she, to be honest, my mother is the only person that really challenged my boundaries, I can say. And I had to really put them up because I was like, no, and then I got to a place where I was like, this is my body, my life, my stuff, my house. I mean, I don't ask you for money. I don't depend on you for anything. And I used her words. When I was a little girl, I went to her and I said, well, this person's talking about me, and you know how people used to do. If I
right,
had big ponytails at the time, and they called them motorcycle handles or something like that, because they was jealous because they didn't have no hair. And so I went to my mom. I was like, so she said, well, grandma said, well, they talked about Jesus, and look at him. But my mama said, do they do anything for you? Do they take care of you? Do they buy you any clothes? Do they buy you any food? Do they do anything for you? No? Well, then fuck them.
I like them. I like that. Fuck them.
So, so to me, I got there. I was like, no, 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 no.
Like that.
You know what? That's like when I used to work, I used to play that song. I think it was Big Sean. I don't give a fuck you and anything. I used to put that in
Stand
my
out there.
hair. And I'll be right there and I'll be grooving while I was passing pills. I'll be like, you know what? And you don't fuck with me and I ain't gonna fuck with you.
Right. See it.
Because you really you get there.
Right. And it takes a lot. It
A
takes a
lot.
lot to get there. And you got to understand and respect yourself. And that's the one thing I learned by not setting up boundaries and letting people keep running over you, talking to you any kind of way, and being disrespectful. They're going to continue to do it. I wrote a statement
Every
yesterday.
single time. Every single time.
Let's see. I wrote a
They'll
statement.
continue to do it. And you'll be wondering why they doing this and this and this and that because you are allowing it.
Right. Hold on.
It's like your children. You got children. If you don't set up boundaries with them, then they will do the things that that they shouldn't do.
Okay, this is what I wrote yesterday. Today, I learned a very valuable lesson. This points that some people are ingrained to be disrespectful and expect others to tolerate their views. of disrespect and abuse. In actuality, they are the ones that need the most guidance of humanity as a whole. Guess
That's right.
what? It's not my job or duty to teach them these things. No more bionic woman syndrome for me. I'm not bionic woman. And I was like, I
Yeah.
truly believe that because people that disrespect you, and some people are coded like, oh, I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to better you. That's how they code things. No, you're
And it be your family a lot of times.
right.
Those ones, the ones that love, the people that love you.
Yeah. Now,
Those.
now this person that loved me, he was just being
No,
a
you know, it was love in air quotes.
oh yeah. Because that's what they said. And then told me, then had the nerve to tell me they were going to tell me other stuff that they wanted to criticize. So, on a personal note. And after that, I was like, okay, all right. And then that state in spirit, like, let me address this. Let me fix this real quick. And I put it on Facebook. So I know it's seen. And guess what? It was to that person, and I know you got it. So I'm hoping you in your life, and like I said, I wish you nothing but love and light to the best. Be the best that you can, because I am the best that I am. Um, and I'm going to say it did hurt, because you and I know that I'm very sensitive about my face, and I have what my doctor said. I have 3D. These are 3D, 3-degree burns. I didn't know that that's what it was.
33 burns?
3-degree
Oh, I can see
burn.
it. Oh, okay.
So when I'm on here, this is why you see me wearing my glasses, because you can't see the damage as much. But that is why. And my hair. And that's it was how it helped talking to my mama today, because she was like, people don't know how sensitive you are even to them.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that my mama know me better than I kind of know myself, because she put it on the line today.
Well, that's a
You
gift.
you know, and
You
I was
know,
like,
that's a
wow.
gift. Girl, that is a gift.
So I appreciate her so much. But yeah, because I said, Mom, I've been itching. And she's like, what? And I was like, it's been itching. And she was like, what did you eat, or what did you do? And I was like, I don't know what I did. And she's like, and then I found out I cannot use even a drop of oregano oil,
Whoa.
not a
And you know
drop.
that's the antibiotic stuff, ain't it?
Yep, that's the antiviral,
But,
whatever.
but you know what I can't do is eucalyptus.
What? Okay, see, now I can do
I can't put that
eucalyptus.
shit, girl. It makes my skin sizzle.
Okay, so yeah, and the thing
I
is,
don't
even if it's in a
even
carrier
in
oil,
candles.
okay, see, no,
Any yeah, no, I can't do it. So I don't even like I used to get a box from Revive Oils or something like that.
mm-hmm,
And so I don't even I try to make sure they don't send me that or nothing, in it. When I
right,
go to like the massage place, I'd be like, they'd be like, do you want, any kind of fragrance or whatever? I was like, as long as it don't have eucalyptus.
right,
Like, oh, I was like, yeah. I was like, I was surprised too, but I
right,
kept wondering why I would be sizzling and itching and stuff when I would use stuff with it. And finally, I was like, psh, it's like Spirit said, it's a eucalyptus. I said, oh,
there you go. See,
oh.
because I like basil. Basil's another one of my favorite. Peppermint's another one of my favorite oils to use.
I like
But
dragon's blood. Oh my
when
God.
she looked at my face today and was like, those are 3rd-degree burns. They're healing. And she said, your skin has it regenerates. Most people's skin don't regenerate like mine's. So it grows fast, but I need to do it needs my face needs to slow down and heal. It heals too fast.
Gotcha.
So I'm learning this, old as I am, about my skin, and certain stuff I cannot.
Wait a minute. You mean young as you are about your skin? Yeah,
I don't mind it, girl. I'm glad I'm in my 50s.
me too.
I'm here to tell you, because I wouldn't want to
Look,
be
I'm
30
so
or 40.
happy.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. I said the same thing. I was like, somebody said, "Oh, you about to be?" I said, "Yeah, I'm about to be," and I'm so excited about it. I said, "Do you know how I celebrate my birthday?" I said, me and my husband celebrate our birthdays from his birthday in September to my birthday in November to December.
Hello.
That's it. I said, I love it. I said, I said, because you got to consider the alternative.
That's another thing that you're talking about. When we get there, we got to learn to, you know what? I'm going to say this. Not all women are married when they have menopause. You got to learn to date yourself and love yourself and take your own
Yes,
self on a date, on a cruise, to
yes.
a hotel, to a spa day, to
To
a
the sports
retreat.
bar
Right. Wherever you need
for
to
all the
be.
sports girlies.
Right. Do what you need to do and love yourself. And again, like she was saying, that affirmation, think of an affirmation you can say to your body when you wake up every day, how lovely you are, not the things that you're disappointed in. Say every time
Mm-mm.
you look in the mirror what you love about yourself. Every time you pass a mirror, say, you know what, girl, I love your eyes today. Girl, do you know them? Look at your teeth, look at those nose. Oh, you gone, girl. Or that outfit you just
When
wearing
you
the
lay
hell
down,
out.
I was gonna say, when you lay down in the bed, do a body scan. Put your hand on your body, whatever part is bothering you. Like today, it's my dinner stomach. So put your hand, there and lay down and do some deep breathing. Do the 4-4-8. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then breathe out for 8. With a sigh, do 3 rounds of that. Hold your hand on your stomach or
Mm,
wherever it is that is bothering you. If you can get to it, if you can, you can set the intention. But do that, before you go to sleep. And then
yep.
ask your body what it needs.
That
Ask if your hip hurts, ask your hip what it needs. Ask your stomach what it needs and listen. And sometimes
mhm,
it's not going to just come right to your head. Sometimes tomorrow you'll see a commercial or you'll look on the computer and something will pop up. It's all kind of ways. It
yep.
depends on how you get receive your messages. But I mean, if you just start doing that and just really talking to your body and listening, because our bodies are so intelligent and they can heal ourselves. Like I'm dealing with something that I just already set the intention that it's going to heal. I don't want to do no more surgeries if I don't have to. I'm not interested in that. I know it's something that's probably I could do, but don't want to do it. But I've already set the intention that this thing is healed.
All
It's
right.
healed and it's whole and it's just like God created it.
Hello. I like
But
that.
these are things I say to my body, and I got a few other things that I've been working on. I got this thing here and I've been working on it for years, but it's gone.
Tapping,
You know,
tapping.
tapping is another thing. Tapping. Oh, y'all, when you tap with affirmations, have y'all tried that?
Yes.
Oh, that is amazing. And I'm not talking about I am wealthy. No, I
No,
am wealthy. None of that.
no. I am
You know
healed.
what
And
I'm
you
saying?
hit all your nodes, your head, your throat, all your chakra, your thymus, under your arms.
Oh my
I mean, all
God.
the way down to your feet. And you
Yes.
start tapping. When you
Hmm.
tap, my friend, his name is Harold Sexton. He was in Arizona. He used to have this means called the SCOBY machine, and used to put me on and do treatments like my biofeedback, but mine is not his version like his. So he taught me the thymus thump. The thymus is in here, and just thump on it. He's like,
Oh,
every time you have a thought or something, do the thymus thump, thymus thump, thymus thump, and you'll see a lot of things be released because you know where the thymus is, right? So when you're doing that, it helps. Even the pineal gland, it stimulates. You know what I mean? It gets the blood circulating. And
yes.
when he taught me that, I was like, you know what? I haven't did the thymus thump in a while, and I started doing that. But also when I'm tapping, I don't have it now. I have this mugworth hammer that I be banging on this hand that they said was not going to bend. Let me show you. I could not do this. I could not open a door. You see this? I'm
I told
showing.
you. I told you.
Gotta believe. And they were
I
like, what?
told you. I said, I don't, what? And you know what? I really don't. I don't care what they say. And I wasn't always at this place. You know what I
Bingo.
mean? But I don't care. I know that I know that we can heal anything and everything. I know this.
Right.
within my knower. You know what I mean? Not even, it's not something I tell people. It's not something that I heard about or I read about. I know this,
No. There you
you
go.
know.
That
And
way.
at this point, I realize I know, and I remembered, because I've said that all my life, and people look at me crazy. Well,
Right.
I can't, or they fight for their limitations. I can't hear that. They said I was going to die with that. So well, you
Mm-mm.
can die with it if you want to, but do you want to?
No, because I don't want to come back and do this room again. I already said that that's my 10th.
I no, no. I want, if I come back, I want to come back as a man. I don't want to do this again.
Right.
I need to see. Look, I need to feel freedom from the beginning.
I get you. So, other things that you can do is the music that you listen to. Stop watching the news all the time.
God,
You
yes.
grow up in a culture where they used to have television. Your television at 11 o'clock will go off. The late
Yep.
night show, Johnny Carson. Now,
You see
uh,
the flag, and then it was snow.
right, and the station was down, and then it came up at 6 o'clock, and it came on with the news. Then you had
That's
the
right.
12 o'clock news, and then you got the 5 o'clock news. Then, as I got older, they got CNN, and it's on 24 hours. That is
Hmm.
depressing. Watching that, that is to bring your energy down and low, and it's not going to
Well,
vibrate high.
it's an energy harvest. That's what it is.
Fear,
Because when you watch that, then people get polarized one way or the other. These people are doing this to these people, and these people is these people, and it's affecting these people. Oh my God, this is happening, and blasey blasey, and now they're gonna do this, and oh, they did the voting rights, and that's what it
so
starts sounding like to me.
I get you. So you know what? People used to laugh at me because I used to watch Disney a lot. And maybe that's corny.
Love
I
Disney.
love my Disney. So and I love my little
Well,
cartoons, but
do
look,
you like the old Cinderella or the new one?
I like the old Cinderella. But you know what? The Cinderella I really like
The one
is
with
the one
Brandy
with Whitney Houston and
and
Brandy.
Brandy? Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one too. But I love
So
the old one though. I do.
yeah, so
Because
the old
You know why? Because I identified as Cinderella.
I
I
get you.
knew it. I was like, oh my God. I mean, when are the birds gonna come and make me a dress and shit? I used to say that. I was like,
Right.
when are the birds gonna come and make me a dress and shit? And
Right.
then I'm gonna go out here and meet the man, meet the prince and stuff. You know what I mean? What's going on?
Right. I get you. See, and but that is a beautiful expectation of that and that harmony. Maybe it might be false, but if I put it into my reality, it's not false. If
No.
I manifest it, the thing is you can write a list as you're going through
Oh,
your journey. Manifest a list. And I used to do this list of I wrote this. I used to write lists since I was 9 years old. I
me
was
too.
just a weird child. I had all the things that I wanted. I wrote it at 9 where I wanted to be at 18, 21. So by the time I was 25,
Was
I
your
was,
list always changing? Because mine were.
huh, yeah, they
I
changed
said, was
every,
your list always changed?
yep. When I got 21, I was like, okay, you haven't reached this. Now you got to fix this. When I got 25, I was like, well, you got the kids, but you're not married. You don't have 4 businesses. You don't have 5 homes. Okay, let's change it again. So I already had goals struck, and I was not, most kids were geared to raise to be working for somebody. I was not geared to work for anybody. And I think that was my mindset. And then I went to a school where the high school I went to, they were creating entrepreneurs, not factory workers, not people working for other people.
Right.
Um, you learned bookkeeping. We
That makes
learned
a difference.
typing, the computer when it came out, and it was called a word processor before, but I could type on a
That's
old
right.
fashioned typewriter as well as a word processor, and then they got computers that we had to learn to write on the DOS screen that you guys that don't know behind your computer, but now it has windows. That's how you're seeing your computer. You do that. So when I'm saying old school, I'm old school. I know Alt Delete Control V puts the smiley faces, the emoji
So
you guys like. Come on
so
now.
we didn't have word processors. We just had typewriters with no correction tape. That's what we had. The old fashioned ones you see on it used to be on in the movies and stuff like that. When it was one of the things, and you see the old fashioned typewriter. That's what we had.
Yeah,
No correction tape, no word processor, no shit like that. None of that. We even when I was in college, we didn't have no computers. We still hand wrote our, or you had to have it typed.
right.
And there was a word processor, whatever. But we didn't. No, none of that.
Yeah, well, my granny had a typewriter that had the black ribbon and the red ribbon.
Yes, I remember
So
those.
that's what I'm saying. Old fashioned. And when you went ching, 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 ching,
And
ching,
when
ching,
you
ching,
could
ching,
type, you went. Tick, 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 tick.
right? It's just like, and they be timing you. In my school,
Yes,
it was a typing contest.
yes, yes.
So then later on, I think they got the computer for typing. So these are, you might think old fashioned, but I need y'all to think about when you were a child, what made you happy? Because
Yes,
as you're getting up there, you need to go back to your happy point. What, right? If you didn't have a happy childhood, what was happiness in your adulthood that brought you the most joy? Or what brings you the most joy now? Don't let anything or anyone or something happen in your life to steal your joy. I'm telling you,
right.
been there, done that. The thing is, if you have to cuss somebody out, cuss them out and cuss them out with grace and move on about it. And don't feel any
I
way
don't have a.
about it.
Girl, I could do that. No problem at all. You know, when I used to like second guess and think about it, but now at this point, it's like if it gets to that point, that's what they needed.
Hmm.
Because usually by the time it gets to that point, and you already gave them a chance or two, you done already told them, you're on the wrong street, and you need to turn right. You didn't make a right turn in Albuquerque like Bugs Bunny.
Oh, you had to bring up my Bugs Bunny. I love my Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. You know what? You guys don't realize that even the subtle that it was Elmer Fudd, he was always hunting Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny, but never would catch him. Do y'all understand the irony behind that? All of that stuff. Like he's always outsmarted him because he thought, oh, what am I'm gonna get a rabbit? I'm
Right.
gonna get
Well,
a rabbit.
I mean, they would probably call Elmer Fudd on the spectrum now. Because I used to think he was retarded. I was like, he's retarded. Why he can't ever get that damn rabbit?
All right. So yeah. So those are things. Maybe watching cartoons or even writing something or reciting poems
Mm.
or reading a
Well,
book.
you know what? Watch Bridgerton, because if you
What's
can't watch
Bridgerton?
Bridgerton and be happy, oh my God, Bridgerton is just amazing. You didn't see
Oh,
Bridgerton?
oh, that Netflix thingy.
Yes. Oh my
Oh,
God. It's on
okay.
the third season. It's just amazing. It just makes when I watch it, it makes me so happy because you know it because it's such a beautiful cast and it's mixed and it's mixing everybody up and it's what I mean and it's just awesome and I just love it.
See, there you go. Or watch Martha Stewart if that helps you. My girl Bessie Smith, she used to have a show, and she later on in life she got Alzheimer's. She was a black lady that they would call her the Black Martha Stewart, but Martha Stewart was
Oh
not the
yeah, 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 yeah,
original,
yeah.
not the original person that did that before. Back in the 40s and 50s, there was a woman of color, I forgot her name, that she was on the show, and she used to do cooking shows, and she was the one that was showing people how to make pancakes and
The
cakes
Auntie
and
Mama
stuff.
lady.
Yeah, I forgot her name, but She was
Okay.
down south, but she was the first one to have the cooking show and teach people in the culinary field of how and what they needed to do in the kitchen. She was good. But she was on TV first before Martha Stewart, before there was a Martha Stewart. Um,
That's
and
awesome.
and I love me some Martha Stewart, y'all.
Girl,
I,
I think Martha Stewart got such a raw deal with that thing, but I was so happy for her when she got out because I did too. I was like, I love Martha Stewart. I like Anthony Bourdain. I was so sad he went where he
yeah,
went.
there you go, because he was
I
straight to the
loved
point.
him.
Yep,
I
I got
loved him because I want to go to Cuba because of him.
see. Yep, he
Because he went
was.
down there and he went to the hole in the walls.
There you go.
You know,
That
he didn't go to the the posh
fancy dancy
places.
stuff. He
Mm-mm. He
ate.
showed some food down there. My God, it looks so good.
Hey, but
I
it
mean,
got you to
you have to admit when you're a foodie.
try. So, and I like good food.
Hmm.
Maybe that's why I'm the size that I am and the size I'll be. But then, I'm coming down because I'm really particular. Our food, I mean, in the U.S., it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks so bad. So, my
So,
suggestion for
because
people,
sometimes you just have to eat for sustenance,
yeah,
just so you can continue to live. 'Cause,
yeah, or juice. That's
yeah,
what
I
juice,
did a lot of.
water, or soup it up, soup it up.
Mhm.
That's what my acupuncturist can tell when I only ate soup. She's that she's my acupuncturist from Thai, and she's too good. But she's
Yeah, I know. I've been looking for one of those. I had a Korean lady one time, and she was amazing, but then she lost her shop, and you know how
yeah,
that stuff goes. I was
yeah,
like, and she was so good. She had trained as a nurse, and she had worked as a nurse. Come from Korea and worked as a nurse in I think Texas or something. Yeah, in
mhm,
Austin, because she said, "Oh, your daughter's in Austin." I was like, "Yeah." So she I was in Austin. I miss it, but anyway, now she's up here, and her husband got a store. I mean, a restaurant with a store, gas station, some shit. I don't know. And so she lost her shop because she said, I can't nurse no more. She said, I did all I could in order to, get a green card and all the things. She said, and I just can't do it. So she
mm,
opened up acupuncture.
right. See. I
Yeah,
like acupuncture.
me
I
too.
like my lady but she's straight to the point, in which I like. And
Hmm.
because she's from Thailand, I know the extensive training for acupuncture they went through, because I have a lot of good friends in Thailand and they train from the monks, not like how we get training. And
Right.
it's very extensive. And my acupuncture is also a doctor. So she's not just an acupuncturist, but she is, an MD doctor as well.
I need to
So
manifest one of those.
so yeah, you can. Because the
Yes,
thing
I
is,
got to manifest one.
yeah, there you go, girl. You can trust me. Um, I'm just looking at. She gave me so much. Another one, inspiration of what was going on in my arm and stuff, and my whole body, that it the whole new light that I wouldn't even thought of. But
Yeah.
she's seeing the healing and the fact that I can lift my left leg up and move it. Where before my son had to push my booty to get, or pick me up and put me in the truck, because my truck, you can't just get in the truck. I gotta step up on my truck and then put my leg
Oh,
over.
yes.
I'm short.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes. I
highly
get that.
challenged. So I'm
I get that.
5'3", but I'm still highly challenged. My son
Hmm.
was like, okay, do I pick you up? I was like, my knees are going to hit the wheel. So he's got to figure out a way. Okay, my truck needs one of those lips, like, the other truck that I had. You stand on it, and
Yeah,
as you step on it, then you can get in your car. I need that, and I got to figure out how to get that on the
yeah,
side of the truck. You can't
yeah.
have it on one side because it don't look too good. Because
Okay,
I
gotcha.
just need it for me, but other people might need to get it to me.
You know
Because
what? I understand that. I'm 5 feet tall. I get you. Look,
so,
I need a stool for my bed.
uh, girl, I got a stoop for my bed. What you talking about? I got a stoop for my bed. Shush.
Well,
It's a little
I
tiny
didn't even,
one stoop.
I didn't even think about it. And I have been climbing in this bed for years. And I didn't even think about it until I went to my sister-in-law's house and Liz had one and I went, she got one because she's taller than I am. And I was like, okay, I need to get me one. So I thought about, I was like, all right. And so, but I told my husband, I said, but I want to go to the thrift stores first. And then they have like the whole town has garage sales. I think it's
Hmm.
next weekend or the next weekend. So I was like, I want to do that because and then this is a retirement community, so people go to Glory
Hmm.
and they have estate sales.
Yeah, big time. Big
you
time.
know.
But
But
so
yeah, but this has been amazing, girl. This has been
so
amazing.
thank you. So tell them what would be the recap you would suggest for them for menopause.
Mm, I would say number one, listen to your body. Listen to your body. Number two, talk to your body.
Makes sense.
Ask it what it wants because it'll tell you. Many times you might be needing some type of vitamin, supplement. You might need to go and do some sun gazing. You might need to go and walk. You might need to move your body. You just really listen to your body. And then there's all kind of supplements and stuff that you can take, but you just have to figure out what will work for you. Because I have tried, oh my God, some supplements. And I haven't really found anything that works in particular. I know that the wild yam cream is phenomenal, like for healing.
Hmm.
I don't know if people realize that, but like I had a scar and I put the wild yam cream on it and it was amazing. Now I don't know if it's really helping with the menopause at all, but I do know that that does that. But
I'm
there's so many different things you can do. If you
Dr.
want to do it
Barbara.
natural, or there's the bioidentical things. You want to do some HRT, that's a whole nother thing. But if you want to do it natural and try that first, there's all kinds of things out there.
Right.
Somebody told me about this one called Menavare today.
Never heard of that.
I had neither, but it's got black cohosh and it's got licorice. It's got some other things in it because I looked at it and I was like, okay, it might do something. You
Hmm.
never know. Because black cohosh didn't do a thing for me by itself.
Right.
Primrose, none of that, none of that. But
Right.
I think this is a combination thing. So I was like, maybe I'll try it. God
Yes.
bless you.
Thank you. A lot of stuff they'll do, like the chase tree, the Don Juan,
Yes,
this is
Damiano,
Damiana.
because
The
Don Quai is in this.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
in
So what
this
I'm saying
bundle.
is a combination. This is a combination usually people get for them when they're going through this. These are it. Raspberry leaf, which we
Yes,
need, is another good one. Oh my gosh, what the heck? We got these thing called love bugs,
yeah,
and
and they love you.
oh girl, and they look like two bugs attached together. I didn't
Mhm.
know what the heck they was,
Yeah, it's mating
but
season.
it's
It's
they,
spring.
yeah, but they need to go somewhere else, not be up in my house and not trying to fly on me.
Well, you can put lemongrass in the diffusers.
Okay, I gotta look at.
Lemongrass. You can put what's the other thing? Cloves, peppermint, even
Yeah,
all of those things, because that's what we were trying to do, and it was something. Oh yeah, because lemongrass is the citronella.
yep, it's a natural.
With those citronella candles. So that's what we started doing because we looked up and seen all them bugs, and then we're gonna get a thing to put it outside on the porch with
Or
the
you
with
can
the
get
pills
that
and stuff.
Dinacious Earth. Dinacious Earth is really good too.
What
That's
do you do
that
with that?
Dinacious Earth is a powder. You just put it around all the
Oh, I
crevices.
got that. I got that because I
Girl.
put it on the around my counter because I had ants.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I
yep,
didn't, I
yep,
didn't realize what you was talking about. I said, "Oh yeah, I got that. I got that under the counter."
yep.
And
Not
you just put it.
Dinacious
You just
Earth.
put it around like around the porch.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they do it. They don't like it. It makes their skeleton. And my son wanted to make it. He liked it so much. But that's also things that I want to say. People, we need to be careful of the clothes. What I'm going to say is that I give for my women that are going through menopause. Number one is breathe, 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 breathe. Because we have, as we gotten older from a baby, we forgot to breathe the right way.
Right.
And we're taking shallow and shallower breathings
Mm-hmm.
and breath. So, guess what? You're not functioning your lungs at the full capacity. That is something that we need to work on. Another thing is tapping, if you can. Another thing is saying positive affirmations to yourself, no matter what, and loving your body that you are in, not the body that you want to see. Love the body you're in right now, and you'll be the body that you want to go into. That's what we forgot.
And
Also,
do the mirror work, because if you this is, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say how I do sometimes. I do tapping, and I do those tapping the affirmations, and I do it in the mirror, so that I'm looking at myself as I'm telling myself this thing, therefore rewiring and reprogramming. And it works so amazingly. I didn't even realize until I said that. That's why I wanted to share that, because yeah, we're gonna tap, but in the mirror, and I do it naked. And
right.
as I'm doing it, I talk about how much I love my body and how I appreciate each and every space, even my,
That
that my fat stomach,
right.
all of
But
it.
you say it in the present like it's already here,
Yes.
whatever it is. Don't say it in past tense, not saying it in the future, because basically you're telling
Now.
the energy, I don't need it now. But if you say it like it's here and it is now, you'll more and more you say it, you ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay.
Yeah.
It is the energy. You walk in
Yes.
that energy. And also, I want y'all to know, or what you should do, always give honor to your ancestors.
Yes.
I know this might be corny to some people. I don't care what other religion, whatever, always honor your ancestors. Before you were here, your ancestors walked before you. So give them honor.
That's right.
That was put on me just now. We need to honor our ancestors more and more. We're not doing what we used to, what our parents used to do. Honors your ancestors. And if you need something, know your mama. If your mama has passed, your mama's right there beside you. If your daughter has passed, your daughter's right there beside you. If your father, whoever has passed, they're right there beside you. You can actually have a conversation with them today, like you did in the days they were in a 3D realm. They are here, and all they are waiting for, this is a message that is being told.
It's you.
For you to just come and just say and speak to them. If you
Mm-hmm.
want something, they'll come and they'll give it to you. That's my thing for you to deal with menopause. Because if you don't have a granny, if you don't have an auntie or somebody, call on them, call on your ancestors, because they walked the walk before you, and they know what their body went through. And they can probably shed some light and tell you some stories about why you're going through what you're going through. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that's it's up to you what you choose to do. You can take my words and just say the crazy old black lady. I'll be the crazy old black lady, but
Hey,
it,
100%.
so
100%.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the show out, but I want you to, we'll stay tuned, but I'm going to close the show out. Anybody have any questions that you like, write, subscribe, and I'll be more than happy to answer them and deal with you. And if you like this show, please like, subscribe, put a thumb up, and also make a comment, because this helps the algorithm come up and be more. And if you'd like to see another part two, not only about menopause, like I said, where you be the one. Talk about fibroids, talk about PCOS,
We can
endometriosis.
talk about those.
Yeah. So these are things that we need to know, because it's not being world really talked about on our body, and we are giving up our wound because we don't know for hysterectomy. And that's another subject that we can touch on. What can you
Another
do
subject.
beside hysterectomy? You don't necessarily have to have it. And I'm going to tell you about one little snippet about fibroid. Do y'all know what a fibroid is? Do you know what it becomes? I'm gonna just tell you, it's a
Cancer.
parasite, just like a lot of things you buy. It's a parasite. It eats and feed off of your blood.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Some fibroids have teeth in them and hair, like it was a
Hmm.
baby. I'm just
Yep.
saying. So
Hmm.
if you don't believe me, Google it. I'm telling you, y'all. Those the Google generation.
I mean, you might want to chat GPT now because Google just really worth nothing. Oh Lord, you will. I
Okay.
Googled one day and asked if somebody had passed away, like a star celebrity,
Uh-huh.
and I Googled to see if it was true, because you know how they be killing people on Facebook and all that.
Right.
And I said, let me see if this is really true. Google said no. ChatGPT said yes. And you know what the truth was? Yes.
Yes.
I was like, I think
Wow.
it was James Earl Jones.
Who?
James Earl Jones.
James Elder. Oh yeah, the guy the Roots guy played the story for Roots. That's how I remember him.
She said,
The Roots guy. That's all. That's what I remember.
I used to love his voice.
Yeah, I get you, but that's how I remember. It's from Roots. I
Yeah.
know that's bad. Well, I know he was Darth Vader, but you didn't see him as Darth Vader. I seen him in Roots, so that's why the voice stuck. Roots. I'm sorry. I don't mean no disrespect, my
No.
people.
Well, my mama didn't even want me to watch Roots when it came out because I was, I don't know, 7, something like that, maybe. Yeah, 7. I think it was 6 or 7 or something, 8. I don't know. My mom was like, no, no. My grandparents was like, yes, yes.
Okay. All right, you
So,
guys. So we're gonna tune out. I hope to see y'all later. This is going to be a short uh intro and it will be closed. Let's see how we do this. Come